After nearly 3 decades on the air, a Twin Cities trailblazer has stepped away from the mic, and today she's here in our studio. We have none other than the incomparable Geraldine Steele in the house, the former host of WCCO Radio's Steele Talkin'. Geraldine, it's so good to have you here. So many were so surprised when they realized that that was going to be your last show just weeks ago.
Yeah, it was just a quick decision that I made, very quick, and I was very happy about it. I was able to say goodbye to my listeners and to so many. I talked about everything from the beginning, all of the challenges, and how I grew and grew and grew. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be there that long.
So many people have said that Steele Talkin' just really shaped how they viewed things in the Twin Cities, how they viewed their neighbors. I mean, you had so many conversations with so many people.
Yeah.
You know, do you realize that you've been a part of people's lives for as long as the 27 years that you just talked about?
It's very true. And many of them called in and said, how could you can't stop. You know, we really trust you, we need you. And I said, I have needed you for so many years and you were there for me. Now it's time to give it for someone else to really take it and take it even further.
You know, not only on your talk show, because I was listening to some of your episodes, you really would dive deep into things. Like you are very unafraid, which I love that style about you. Yes. Why do you take that approach?
When I first started there, I started getting death threats immediately. And there was one voice that would consistently call in on Sundays and would say, I'm going to kill you tonight. You cannot be afraid. You absolutely cannot show any fear, right? And that was my motto, do not show any fear, bring joy instead. And that's what I did. I concentrated on that. I believed in that. I prayed on that. I lived in that. That was the thing that gave me the strength. So when I would get these calls or other people would look at me and go, well, why is she here? You know, as the first African American at WCCO Radio. People were asking me, well, how did you get that? Why are you there? And I said, because I was put here. I didn't ask for it. I was put here. A woman named Patty Peterson was the one that introduced me to CCO. And she says we were going to lunch. I come in, I'm in a conference room, and there's a bunch of people, and I'm going, I thought we were going to lunch. You got a meeting? And she goes, no, you have a meeting. And she introduced me to the program director and the general manager. That's how it all began. I didn't know anything about radio, but the general manager said, you have the voice. And that was it.
Speaking of the voice, not only have you talked us through things, but quickly before we wrap this up, the music career. I mean, the Steeles, it's a part of the thread of Twin Cities music and beyond.
Yeah.
You know, how has that shaped how you've been able to really love on this community?
It shaped everything. My brother JD was the first to arrive, and he knew people here. So he introduced us to churches, he introduced us to pastors, he introduced us to so many. And as we found out the people and how they love on each other, it was okay. At first I was looking for black folks. Y'all just don't know. I was looking for black people. And then I found them. And I found so many others. It was beautiful, and I'm grateful for that.
Before I let you go, you have so many life lessons. You've loved on this community so much. I'm happy you're getting your flowers. What's one life lesson that you want everyone to take from your experience on air and through your music career?
I want people to take that you absolutely talk and live your life through your heart. The heart is where it is. And if you know for sure that it is something that you love, you need, you want to share, that's when you know you've got it.
You know, talking about the Steeles, how did the Steeles even come about? Because you've gone through some brand changes over the years.
We started singing, I was 5 years old when we started singing.
Wow.
My father heard us singing downstairs. They had an old piano, and my brother started tinkling with it, and we just started singing. I don't know what made us do it, but we did it. And here we are today singing, right? Now, all of a sudden, as we were moving forward as children, we were called the Steele Children. That was our first moniker. And then after that, we were called the J.D. Steele Singers when we became teenagers. And then after that, Javita said, my youngest sister, she goes, look, that's enough of that J.D. Steele thing. We need to just go ahead. But it was my father's name, you know, he was the senior. So we dealt with that, and we loved singing together. That's how it all happened. It wasn't something we thought was meant to be. It just happened. And that first performance on a stage, there I was in my taffeta blue dress with my brothers and another sister. And we were called the Steel Children. And here we are singing with Mahalia Jackson. She was standing on the stage and she went to my mother and said, "Baby, you have some beautiful children that can sing." And that was it for us. I didn't even know who she was. I really didn't know who Mahalia
Jackson.
was. Mahalia Jackson.
You know what's so amazing to me is that that was just going to be just a taste of the iconic folks that you all have made music with.
Right,
I mean,
the
that was
Blind
just
Boys.
the first.
Oh, we can go on and on.
Yes.
We worked with Prince. We toured with Prince. I mean, it's amazing. Our whole legacy has been remarkable. All of my siblings have been on Broadway. I'm the only one that hasn't done Broadway. Sung all over New York.
Wow.
But I've never done Broadway.
Would you want to do Broadway?
Absolutely. I figure it's coming. I'm just assuming it's coming. It's got to come.
It has to. It has to. You know, your voice has transcended so many things. I mean, like, whether it's on the music side of things or your talk show,
Yeah.
you know, let's go through. You've seen the cities through a lot. I mean, generations of cultural changes, of, you know, the pandemic, of all of these things. What sticks out in your mind for some of those iconic changes in culture and in time that you've been able to document on your show and through music?
Yeah, for me, it was not about trying to get people to calm down. All I knew was that my voice would be able to do that in some way. I didn't know for sure in what way, but I knew there was a way to bring us all down so that we can simmer a little bit. It was amazing, especially with George Floyd and so many other incidents here. We had people at WCCO Radio, newsmakers, and they were the ones that were telling me, "Geraldine, this is happening, we need to talk about it. Can you talk about it?" And then I'd have to quickly go through everything because I didn't know about it at first. And then all of a sudden I knew exactly where I needed to stand in those moments when it was hard and we were not clear of who we were anymore. Those were the moments when all of a sudden from me, and I didn't expect it, I knew it was time to calm us all down, even myself, because I was getting angry. And I looked up and said, "I can't do this without you. So here we go." And that was the march forward. And so many people wrote and so many people called and said, "Thank you for calming us down." And I said, "It calmed me down too." You know, I might have been the deliverer, but I was not, I delivered it, but I was not the person that was meant to do it initially.
You have this grace about your approach, whether it be through song or through speaking in the microphone, but you hold many hats. I mean, you have so many roles. You know, you're grandma to how many?
3, 11, 6, and in fact, it's 11, 6, and 3 years old. I'm so happy. It was the thing I really wanted was grandchildren.
Yes.
Yeah.
And has anyone picked up the musical mantle from the grandkids?
Yes, my 6-year-old. Her name is Sade, and she's amazing.
And her name's Sade.
Her name is Sade.
She had to be musical.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But it tickles me because her favorite song is Fight Song. So she goes into it, "This is my fight song. Take back my life song." And she's just singing her heart out.
Her heart out.
Oh, honey, I can't wait to get that child on stage.
You know, I love so much that you are a learner of life. Talk to me a little bit about what you've learned from your music career. I know so many people talk to you about Prince, but you all were very close. What has music and the people that you have worked with taught you?
First of all, it taught me the importance of understanding education and accepting it. I feel like I can't move forward unless I continue to learn. So that's number one for me. Even now, I have 4.5 credits and I will have my master's degree. And I cannot wait. 4.5 credits, y'all pray.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
amazing.
Thank you. So our father always taught us that. He was killed by a drunk driver, and when he was killed, he was 6 months from getting his bachelor's degree. 6 months. And he always said to all 6 of us, "Whatever you do, finish school." So there you go.
Wow, you're not just finishing, you're going past the
I'm going
mark.
past, yeah. And my daughter has her PhD, and she said to me, "Mom, are you going to get a PhD?" And I was like, "No, baby. No. Mama's done at this point."
We got the PhD of life. That's
There
what
you
we
go.
did.
Now, we do
Yes.
have that.
You know, before I let you go, talk to me about a conversation that completely changed your perspective or the way that you saw life? I know you've interviewed so many people, but is there one that stands out?
So many. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, I interviewed them, and they came in studio for that interview. And we have worked with them. My sister and I sang on an album with them. And they kept giving me more and more information about, okay, Geraldine, what more are you going to do with your voice? What more are you going to do with singing? Okay, I want to try you guys out on this. I want to try you guys out on that. It was remarkable. Also, Garrison Keillor with A Prairie Home Companion changed my life. I sang in about 6 different languages, and I didn't know what I was singing. I'm telling you, I had no idea what it was saying. It could have been talking about something I didn't need to hear, but it just really blessed me, and I realized the importance of trying as much as you can. Try to do as much, and be the best that you can. Now, we hear this all the time, you know, but to live it, it's remarkable how it changes your life. And all it takes is one source. I can't just say one person. It could be a source that just says, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself? And here I am with you.
The golden question, what's next for you? So many people want to know.
I'm not sure what's next. I do know that I have some big ideas, some really big ideas. And I've talked to people about it, and many of them think they're great ideas. But I have to make sure that I am very clear on what my gifts are, because you don't want to dump a gift. And as far as singing, there was a message that was, not a message, I'm sorry, but a survey they went out to Americans about 20 years ago. And they asked if there was any gift that you would want to have, what would it be? You know what it was? Singing. Singing.
Wow.
And at that moment, I knew, this is it. Singing changes you. It morphs you into something better if the song is better. So I'm grateful for that.
Much.
Yeah.
You know, on top of all of those things, some people are like, okay, but what about the Steels? Will we hear them again? What's going on with them? What is going on with
Everyone's
the
so
Steels?
busy. So you have, my brother Billy has 3 Grammy Awards with Sounds of Blackness. My sister has an Oscar nomination. My brother JD is a documentarian, right? They are all involved in different music ways, and they have choirs. My brother JD has like 5 choirs that he is working with. So we're all doing all these different things. So they say to me, so Geraldine, what are you gonna do differently? You know, what's gonna change? What's gonna be different? And I finally said to my brothers, I will be different, but I will be better. You know,
I love it so much.
I gotta get to better.
I could sit here and talk to you all day.
You too.
I'm so happy that you are here. And you know what I'm really excited about? I know that this is just the beginning of your next journey.
Yeah.
And we are so excited to be along the ride, to be able to watch you do it.
Wow.
Geraldine Steele,
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
Thank you. I think I love you already.
I know, I think I love you too.